Over 100. All right, I gotta slow down here. I'm coming back into civilization. All right, I am in the brand new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Now, unfortunately, I am not at a place where I have access to a track where I can really let this thing rip. I am in the suburbs, not far from Detroit, Michigan, and as you can probably see, there's a good amount of snow outside. The roads are kind of icy, a little slippery. It's well below freezing, and I have 707 horsepower and 645 pound-feet of torque from the supercharged 6.2 liter Hellcat V8. Now, when you think about that, it makes literally no sense. You buy a Jeep Grand Cherokee for off-roading purposes, anything you would do for an SUV. But this is not your typical SUV. 13 miles per gallon in the city, 17 on the highway. This thing just drinks gasoline. I was driving back from the Detroit Auto Show in this, and after an hour and a half's drive, it was down over a quarter of a tank. Just to give you an idea, now Jeep is asking $85,000 at minimum for this thing. This one right here with several extra features, including an upgraded exhaust, $90,000 for a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Yeah, but like I said, there's that Hellcat from the Challenger and Charger Hellcat. They shoehorned that in this thing, and let's take this out for a spin. The Hellcat V8, I'll tell you, when you're driving slowly, you don't even realize it's there, except for the sound. It's supercharged. If you look on the exterior of the Trackhawk here, you will notice there are some differences, mainly in the front hood. There are extra hood scoops or hood vents there. That is very much needed. Got to get this engine some air. 20-inch wheels. It's beefy from the outside. You can tell this is sort of a muscle Jeep. Now, what's its competition? Well, obviously you have the familiar players in the segment, the BMW X5M, BMW X6M. Those are two six-figure SUVs as well. There we go. There's probably another quarter of a tank right there. So, yes, Jeep made this thing to have sort of a response to those German brands. Now, if somebody's willing to pay over $100,000 for a BMW X5M or whatever, why wouldn't they be willing to spend about 90 grand for a Jeep Grand Cherokee? It makes sense now, doesn't it? But as I was saying, as a day-to-day vehicle, when you're not burning rubber, you're taking it to a track, it behaves just like a normal Jeep. You have this excellent 6.4-inch Uconnect Infotainment System here. It's got heated seats, heated steering wheel, which is awfully nice to have on a day like this. You have some of this carbon fiber on the trim here. Now, I don't know if I like it a whole lot. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't really do it for me. The overall interior, again, it's the same as a regular Jeep Grand Cherokee. There's nothing special to it. The only thing that's special about this thing is the engine, and that's what you're paying the premium for. Of course, you can buy the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. That has a 6.4 liter Hemi. Not quite as much power, but even then, that thing was pretty ridiculous. All right, I'm on a straight road with 50 miles per hour speed limit, and I'm just gutting it. And I'm already at 50. It does not take long at all. Now, there's a very few different driving modes that I can do. Right now, I'm just in the auto standard default mode here. You also have track, sport, snow, and tow. Now, when I was driving this thing the other day, in the middle of a snowstorm near whiteout conditions, I may add, I had to put it into snow, and it kind of just tightened up the suspension. I did feel extra grip going to the wheels. I don't know how much good that really did, because underneath that layer of snow, there was a layer of ice. Welcome to the Midwest in the middle of January. Now, you can also easily turn off the traction control. There's just a button right here on the dash that does it. And you want to be very careful not to do that. You're going to only want to do that in the right conditions, mainly when you're on the track. You put the track mode, turn off the traction control, and you're in business. But I don't recommend for anybody to do that next turn on their own. Now, there's also some paddle shifters here with the automatic transmission. I tried them out earlier, and I'm not really a fan of them. They're kind of, I don't know, useless in my opinion. Maybe they would be better on the track. Maybe not. But anyway, I got to make a stop in there, and I'll be right back. We're going to back out here. I just got to make a couple of stops. Nothing like driving around town with 707 horsepower. And not everybody realizes just how much power is under the hood. I'm sure probably a lot of you saw the Hennessy with John Hennessy video of him taking a stock Trackhawk identical to this one on his literally 2-mile long stretch of test track, and he got it up to 175 miles per hour. Now, this thing has a top speed of 180 miles per hour, and the reason why he couldn't get it up that extra 5 miles per hour, well, it's very simple. It was brand new, and you need some warm-up time with it. To get that engine cooking into place, Porsche has the same deal going with all of its 911s and 718 Boxsters and Caymans. No different for this. This is high performance, so we're going to see what I can get it up to here. Now, I have a few concerns. The main one being potholes. We are in the Midwest, and as you can see outside, it is not nice weather, and it just beats the crap out of roads after a few years. Now, I was talking to some people from FCA and Jeep, specifically at the Detroit Auto Show. Obviously, that's where they showed the refreshed Jeep Cherokee, which no longer has those weird squinty headlight thing going on. They also had the brand new Wrangler on hand. I'll be talking about that more later. Hopefully we'll be driving that in a full review fairly shortly as well. But I was asking them, why did you do this? Why did you shoehorn that supercharged 6.2 liter Hellcat into a Grand Cherokee? You already had the 6.4 liter Hemi SRT Grand Cherokee. What good will this do? And their answer was simple. Image. Yeah, this is going to do it. And of course, the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk they gave me is red. It is not what I like to call cop magnet red, pretty much fire engine red, bright red. No. This is, well, how do I call it? They call it velvet red, I believe. So it's, I think, burgundy. I gotta actually turn around. I missed my turn back there for a brief second. Now, the last time I drove a Jeep Grand Cherokee, it was actually the diesel-powered one. That had that new 3.0-liter V6 diesel, which you can also get in the Ram 1500. Back up here in just a sec. You have a bunch of safety features there, telling you what not to do. And I like that diesel. I was actually in Austria for that, and driving all throughout the western part of the country, and that diesel's absolutely fantastic. A lot of torque and very fuel efficient. So if anyone is considering a diesel, it is available in the United States right now, the Grand Cherokee diesel. I'd say go for it. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding diesel these days in light of the Volkswagen Dieselgate scandal. I know FCA has had some issues with it. Ford and the F-150, or excuse me, the Super Duty trucks, they, as I do this review for you right now, they're under some scrutiny with that. So the diesel issue is not going away. But if you can get past that, I really recommend a diesel in a sport utility vehicle, especially in light of the fuel economy I am not getting right now. I think the official rating by the EPA is 13 in the city, 17 on the highway. I don't even think I'm getting 13 in the city, to be honest with you. Yeah, of course, I've been hitting the gas several times. But, well, let's face it. You don't buy something like this for the fuel economy. If you spend, nearly 90 grand on it, you're really not going to care about what gasoline costs. Aside from the fact that it has so much power, so much torque available, is this thing, it weighs a lot. Just over 5,300 pounds. Just to give you a little perspective here, the Mazda MX-5 Miata weighs around 2,200 pounds. So this thing is way more than double the weight of an MX-5 Miata. Obviously, it has a lot more power. It's a completely different type of thing, but it's heavy, and it feels it. It really does, which is why it's kind of a shame I can't get it to a track and let it burn some rubber there. All right, we're getting close here. Actually, you know what? Here we go. All right. We're going. Miles an hour. Oh, but I gotta slow down. Unfortunately, I am getting ice warnings. Huh. Well, I got it up to 100 there. This might not be the best road. All the indicators suddenly went off telling me, yeah, there's ice. There's probably some black ice around here that I can't even see. It's not what I want. All right, I found another road, which I've been known to use that from time to time. And I'm gonna gun it again. Here's my problem though. There are some massive ditches right in front of me to the right. This may not end well. Let's do it. Alright, I gotta slow down here. I'm coming back into civilization. Nice. Wow, acceleration. You feel it. It is literally like taking off in a rocket. There is a kick to this thing. No question about it. You feel it in your back right away. Now, in terms of braking, it brakes beautifully, very quickly. They're amazingly responsive. They kind of have to be. Let's do it. I am at 0 right now. And woo! I'm already at 100 miles per hour and I got to slow down. Again, I'm getting all these ice warnings on the sensors here. Good thing there's all-wheel drive, and you really feel that. This is, again, it is faster off the straight line than the Hellcat Challenger and Charger. Why? Those are rear-wheel drive. This is all-wheel drive. It makes a major, major difference. It's really an all-inclusive vehicle. It's got the speed, definitely has the power, and it definitely looks cooler than the standard Grand Cherokee or the Grand Cherokee SRT. But at the same time, for those who know to look closely at, and they know what they're looking for, they're going to see the differences. It says Trackhawk right on the side, but it's not in, bright lights or anything like that. So it's a special, it's a very special vehicle. Oh, yeah. I mean, would I take this over a Challenger or Charger Hellcat? Aside from the fact they have the same engines, they're different beasts. They really are. Each one of those, it's a different personality. It's a different, they're more menacing looking. They're more in your face, even at a standstill. this thing is a bit of a sleeper, I gotta say. Even when it's, you know, it's just parked, nobody realizes that it is in fact a supercharged V8 under the hood here. Now, for some of you, or rather some buyers, that's just fine. That's how they want to keep it. And even parked to the light, you can hear that engine rumble there. So, you know something's up. But I think, you know, I'd be more concerned right now if I were in a Challenger, a Hellcat, mainly because it is rear-wheel drive. But it's really in your face. It's loud. It is probably, in my opinion, the best muscle car you can buy today. Is this the best high-performance SUV you can buy today? Possibly. You know, the BMW X5M, the Audi Q Sports, those are more sophisticated things. They're actual true luxury vehicles. Now, would I consider this luxury? No, I would not. This is premium, and there is a difference between premium and luxury. But as you can see, I'm just driving slowly, cruising through town, and if you watch your speed limit, you'll never know that you are in something this powerful. And that's why, again, I like to think that this is a very good high-performance sleeper vehicle here. Yes, it's an SUV, but you're not going to draw so much attention to it right away, if ever. And that could be a very good thing. Now, some of the other features I really do like here is the overall dash layout. I'll make sure I get some photos of that up for you as well. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. As I mentioned earlier, the 8.4-inch Uconnect infotainment screen. I still think these are... Uconnect is one of the best infotainment systems on the market today, and I've played with all of them. And why do I like it? It's because it's almost stupid person proof. Now, you can't fix stupid. That's a basic rule. But it's very logical. Now, you don't have anything here on the center column like you do in BMW's iDrive, where you have the knob, where you're able to control the touchscreen that way, like that, or the touchscreen pops up out of the center dash. Not so in this case. Bump there. Turning radius in this thing isn't all that bad, to be honest with you. But I like the dash layout. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's functional, it's easy to work out, especially while you're driving. You have your basic steering wheel controls. Now this steering wheel, it is pretty much the standard Jeep steering wheel, except it says Trackhawk at the bottom of it. Again, it's just the little touches that they've added here that I like that. They did it right. Now, if there's any downsides to the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, I think maybe Jeep could have done a little bit more to upgrade this interior here. For $90,000, I think maybe even the sound system could be a little bit better. I believe this one has 10 speakers. You're starting to see a lot of vehicles that have 18 speakers. I know, again, I'm going to compare it to an Audi. The new Audi A8 has, I don't know, something like 20 speakers, give or take. But it kind of goes back to my point, is that Jeep has not done enough to pack this vehicle with other premium features to justify the price tag. The dash, like I said, I like it. It's exactly the same. But I would have liked for them to have maybe done a little bit more. The overall interior quality, yeah, it's really good. A few things, though, is that it's not that it's plasticky or it's cheap plastic, but it's not, soft touch plastic that I would expect. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Jay with CarBuzz, and I'll see you next time. And next time is going to be the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. Perfect for this type of mirror. Later, guys.